Every 25th of the month, the visionary Marija Lunetti receives a special message from the Madonna in Medjugorje. This event represents a unique moment of grace for millions of people around the world, as the Madonna, through her words, invites humanity to reflect on its spiritual journey, rediscover faith, and embrace her maternal love. Marija's messages, which come with a renewed intensity, are considered a beacon of hope and guidance for believers, a call to live our relationship with God and with others with greater awareness. Every word of the Madonna seems to be an urgent message for our time, a call to prayer, penance, and reconciliation. Today we will focus on the latest message Marija received, analyzing the words of the Madonna and their impact on our daily lives. Why right now? What does the Madonna want to communicate to us during this critical period for humanity? Every message contains a transformative power, and today we will explore together what this new invitation from the Madonna holds, as she continues to watch over us with love and hope. On December 25th, the day when the world celebrates the birth of Jesus, Marija Lunetti received a special message from the Madonna in Medjugorje, a message that is not just an invitation for Christmas reflection, but a deep call for the inner transformation of each of us. This message was delivered at a time when the world seems increasingly distant from Christian values and the peace that Christmas should represent. The Madonna, with her loving and maternal presence, not only reminds us of the true meaning of Christmas, but invites us to prepare our hearts to authentically welcome Jesus, without superficiality. In her message, the Madonna urges peace, prayer, and above all, the conversion of the heart. It is an invitation to live Christmas in a deep way, not just as an external celebration, but as an occasion for spiritual rebirth. The Mother of God reminds us that only through prayer and openness to her love can we experience the true joy of Christmas, which goes beyond material gifts and worldly celebrations. Her words urge us to look within ourselves and ask God to renew our lives. But what does this message concretely mean? The Madonna asks us to put God first in our lives, to pray not only in times of need, but to establish a constant relationship with Him, to welcome His presence into our daily lives. Only through this commitment can we experience a deep peace, a peace that does not depend on external circumstances, but is born from the heart transformed by God's love. Furthermore, the Madonna invites us to bring this peace into our families and communities. In a historical period where individualism and division seem to prevail, the message of December 25th urges us to rediscover the value of unity and brotherhood. This Christmas, the Madonna invites us to be witnesses of her love, to become instruments of peace in a world that desperately needs to reconcile with itself and with God. Thus, the message of December 25th is not just an invitation to celebrate the birth of Jesus, but a powerful call to an authentic conversion of the heart, preparing us to live the true peace and joy of Christmas. A peace that comes from a profound encounter with God and is reflected in our relationships with others. The messages Marija receives from the Madonna in Medjugorje are a spiritual treasure that touches the hearts of millions of people around the world. Every month, the visionary shares with us the words of the Heavenly Mother, inviting us to deep reflection and a journey of conversion. These are not just messages of comfort, but true calls to live according to the gospel, to rediscover prayer, and to embrace our role as instruments of peace in the world. Each message has the power to transform us, to shake us from our daily habits, to push us to look beyond the apparent, to seek the truth and love of God. As we draw nearer to the heart of the message that the Madonna gave to Marija on December 25th, it is impossible not to reflect on the depth and urgency of her words. We cannot ignore that beneath every call to prayer, peace, and conversion, there is a message that goes beyond our daily lives, a call to be ready for what is about to happen in the world. It is not just a call to personal spirituality, but a cry that warns us of the growing darkness threatening to overwhelm our time. The Madonna does not speak with empty words, but warns us of a truth that few are willing to face. The signs of the times are clear, and the future that awaits us is not without great challenges. The messages of Medjugorje are known for their intensity, but over the years, they have become increasingly urgent. Every word seems to be an invitation to prepare ourselves for what is coming. The Madonna does not offer us only hope, but also a warning. A world that has forgotten God, a world that has renounced the fundamental principles of faith, is a world heading towards a period of great tribulation. The signs that the Madonna has shown us through her apparitions are not casual. They are a warning of a reality that unfortunately is getting closer and closer. In the Christmas message, the Madonna speaks to us about peace, but it is peace that comes at a cost. The peace promised to us is not the one the world offers, a superficial peace, devoid of true justice and authenticity. No, the peace that Mary invites us to live is the one that is born only from renouncing sin, from the purification of the heart, and from returning to faith. Here lies the real challenge for all of us. It is not just a matter of prayer, but of a radical change in the way we live. A peace that cannot exist without a radical inner transformation. There is a growing tension, a contrast between those who seek to maintain the course of the world with all its comforts and superficiality, and those who are called to live according to the gospel, facing the conflict that inevitably arises from rejecting Christian values. In this spiritual battle, the Madonna invites us to choose the way of faith. But this does not mean that the path will be easy. The road of prayer and conversion is not without obstacles. In fact, it is a path that involves sacrifices, renunciations, and a struggle against the forces of evil that try to seduce us with materialism and indifference. Every message Marija receives is not just a sweet word of comfort, but a call to awaken. The peace promised to us by the Madonna is a peace earned through spiritual struggle. It is a peace conquered through constant prayer, penance, and faithfulness to God. And if we do not prepare ourselves properly, if we do not respond to this invitation with all our strength, the world awaiting us may prove to be far darker than we imagine. Darkness is advancing, and only the light of Christ can illuminate it. In this context, the message of December 25th is not just an invitation to celebrate the Nativity of Jesus, but a prophetic warning. The Madonna invites us to be ready, not to be distracted by the false promises of the world, but to focus on our spiritual journey. Her presence among us through these messages is a sign of hope, but also a warning. The time to act is now. We can no longer postpone our conversion. We can no longer ignore Mary's call. Every day that passes brings us closer to a moment when it will be too late to do anything. The world is changing, and those who are not ready and who have not cultivated an authentic relationship with God will find themselves in difficulty when the trial comes. And this trial is not far off. The Madonna has spoken to us of the great tribulation awaiting the world, the purification that must take place, and how essential it is to prepare ourselves spiritually. It is not just a matter of faith, but of spiritual survival in a world that is moving further and further away from God's principles. His protection and guidance are essential, and prayer is our most powerful weapon in this invisible battle. Every message Marija receives is an invitation to wake up from our spiritual slumber. We can no longer live as if nothing is happening. The signs of the times are clear, and the Madonna asks us to respond, to commit ourselves, to unite in prayer for peace, not only exterior peace, but the inner peace that can protect us from every spiritual threat. The world is undergoing a profound crisis, and only faith can offer us salvation. We must not take this message lightly. The peace that the Madonna offers us is not a free gift, but a fruit that requires our constant commitment. It is the fruit of a life of prayer, conversion, and perseverance. And while our society moves further and further away from God, we must be ready to resist the pressures of the world, to live in opposition to the dominant mentality, and to prepare ourselves for the difficult times that are coming. The Madonna loves us and guides us, but she asks us to be ready, not to lower our guard, for the spiritual battle is underway, and only those who are vigilant and prepared will be able to face it successfully.